Here's a man-to-man defensive drill that's going to teach not only man-to-man rotations and great man-to-man principles, but it's also going to create some adversity and teach some toughness. So in this drill, it's 3-on-3 on the half court, and the same three guys are going to stay on defense for multiple possessions, and they got to get 3 points. All right, the way they're going to get 3 points is if they get 3 stops. However, the team can get a reset back to 0 if they give up an offensive rebound, their knees are not bent, and they're not in a defensive stance, if they don't contest a shot, and if they don't communicate on defense. Any of those things at any time can reset the team back to 0. Now, even if they play a great defensive possession and somehow the offense is able to score, as long as they contested the shot, they will keep the same amount of stops that they've already accumulated. What creates the adversity is what you just saw. This team had a couple of stops, and because they did not contest that shot, they went back to 0. It just creates this type of mentality. You know, it refocuses them. It makes them play harder, especially when you get a team that gets 2 stops, and then next thing you know, something happens and they go back to 0. You'll see their mindset change. You're going to see them sprint towards loose balls. They're going to dive on the floor. They're going to box out. They're going to communicate more. Because of that adversity, it's going to make them better. It's going to make them tougher. All right, that team was able to get 3 stops, so here we go with the next group. So there are no fouls in here as well, man. We'll let them play. We want them to be physical. We want them to be tough. You see him sprint after that loose ball. It's because he wants that stop. Makes them play harder. Here, nobody contests a shot, and they give up an offensive rebound. That's going to reset them back to 0. Even here, I mean, I know it's just a loose ball, but he's going to sprint after that basketball. And that's the habits we want, right? We want our guys sprinting, playing hard. There's no out of bounds in here either. If the ball goes out of bounds, we just keep playing. Here's the next group that comes on. And this is a great example. I think they get a couple of stops and then they go back to 0. But you'll see the difference in their mentality. See those 2 guys sprint after that loose ball. And teach your man-to-man defense. All right, teach your rotations. Teach your communication. All the things you want to see in your man-to-man defense, teach that as well. Just having that scoring system is just going to create that adversity and that toughness. So you can see this team, they're playing pretty well. They have 2 stops. Here they give up a shot, but they're still going to keep their 2 points. They're still fighting. They're still working. You know, we'll take that. If we're contesting shots and the offense just makes a tough shot as a team, we'll live with that. But here you see an air ball that leads to a tip, a loose ball, and it sends them back to 0. This is that adversity that I'm talking about, right? And then you see these guys hustling after that loose ball. They want to get those stops. They want to get off the floor. But this is a great way to simulate that adversity that sometimes you're going to see in the game. And when we see that adversity, we want our guys to stay focused and just focus on the next possession. So these guys are doing a good job communicating, switching, doing a lot of great things we like to see in our defense. So here we go. They got 2 stops now. They need 1 more. I mean, you can see that middle guy, how he sprinted up there trying to put pressure on the ball. And they're able to get that 3rd point and get off the floor.